In today's big question, why is Jordan helping Israel? You know, when we talk about the war in Gaza, when we talk about the war in Syria, Jordan is always there in the background. They've been a key player throughout this entire thing. But why are they helping Israel? I mean, they're not exactly known for being, best friends with Israel. In fact, it's quite the opposite. Jordan has a very complicated history with Israel, one that's marked by, well, a lot of hostility, really. When you look back at the history of the region, when you look back at the Arab states and how they all kind of came to be, you have to remember that Jordan wasn't always Jordan. It was part of a much larger entity called Transjordan, and Transjordan was a British protectorate. It was a British protectorate that was established in 1920 during the Ottoman Empire's last days, and Britain ruled over Transjordan until 1946. And in 1946, Transjordan gained full independence from Britain. But it did so while maintaining very close ties to the British, and to this day they drive on the left side of the road, like the British do. They maintain very close ties to the British monarchy. King Abdullah attends every major royal wedding. You know, he was at Harry's, he was at William's, he's very close with the royal family there. So Jordan has traditionally been pro-British, but since 1948, when Israel was established, Jordan has been very much anti-Israel. In 1948, Jordan sent troops into the Arab-Israeli War, the 1948 Arab-Israeli War. And those troops were led by a man named John Bagot, who would later become Prime Minister of Jordan. But in that war, which resulted in the 1949 armistice agreements, Jordan actually captured what is today West Bank, which is Palestinian territory. So they have ruled Palestinian territory ever since 1949. That was the West Bank, which includes East Jerusalem. They've occupied Palestinian territory for nearly 7 decades, so obviously there's not exactly been a great relationship between Israel and Jordan because of that. Not to mention the fact that Jordan has backed the Palestinian cause, has backed multiple Palestinian uprisings, including the most recent one in 2023. So why now? Why is Jordan suddenly helping Israel? Well, it's because Jordan needs Israel right now. Jordan is in a very precarious position, unfortunately. Their economy is collapsing. They have more than 1 million Syrian refugees, living inside of Jordan. They have a water crisis. They have an economic crisis, and they have an Israeli border that they can't afford to have hostile. So they need Israel right now more than ever, and this is why they've kind of shifted their position just a bit. Now, it's not that they're becoming best friends with Israel, it's not that they're suddenly throwing parades for Israel, but they are helping them in a time of need. And maybe, just maybe, Israel will help Jordan in return. Thank you for watching.